Going out to sea with a boat can sound like a wonderful experience, but be careful. If you don't know the rules of the sea, you can end up in big trouble, which is exactly what happened to these amateur sailors. But before we check out these epic ship accidents, make sure to subscribe to our channel so that you don't end up like this guy. Wow, this is an interesting shortcut. Speeding into waves might be fun, but it's not the greatest idea, especially not if you speed right into a plunging wave, because this is exactly what will happen if you do. I think this guy misunderstood how to launch his brand new boat. It's supposed to end up in the water and not on land. A dumb thief who stole a brand new yacht wasn't even able to get it out of the harbor before crashing it into the dock. I think you should at least learn how to operate a boat before trying to steal one.
Got it!
These boats wanted to take a closer look at the surfers riding on epic waves, until they quickly regretted joining them when they realized the waves were a bit bigger than they expected. The driver of this bass boat was going fishing with his dad when they suddenly noticed that they were heading straight for a rod sticking out from the water. To avoid it at the last second, the driver made a sharp turn, resulting in this unfortunate accident. Luckily, they were both wearing life jackets and managed okay. But the danger was not yet over because they didn't have a kill switch on the boat, so it just kept on going by itself, which created a great deal of danger for them and everyone else on the lake. But they were once again lucky in their misfortune when this hero made a James Bond-style reboard to turn off the engine. Well, on the bright side, they now have the best fishing story of all time. This is why you never let your kids use your boat. A passenger boat somehow ended up in the middle of the starting path in a race between huge sailing yachts. Just watch as one of the monster yachts is heading straight towards the passenger boat, but thanks to its incredible last-second maneuver, it prevented a terrible crash. This boat is driving dangerously close to a massive whirlpool, which was caused by fast tides flowing between two islands. If they go a tiny bit closer, they're gonna end up in Lilliput. Before you begin a boat trip, it's important to balance the boat out instead of huddling on different parts, because that's where disaster awaits. And this is exactly what that disaster will look like. A horrendous crash happened during the super yacht challenge called Antigua Regatta between J-class yachts. Watch as one of the yachts completely loses control and rams right through the other, causing two crew members to fall overboard. The yacht attempted to bear away at the last moment, but was unfortunately unsuccessful in this attempt, and it was later deemed impossible for the yacht to have avoided the collision. As a result, both boats were damaged and immediately retired from the race, and the two crew members received medical attention and luckily made a full recovery. This racing boat driver gained too much speed during a competition and suddenly went airborne. Thankfully, the driver made it out of the accident okay. When you have 300 horsepower on the back of your boat, make sure to get proper training before driving. A reckless speedboat driver gives all his passengers back problems. That's one way to make sure your friends never go boating with you again. Salt water combined with car batteries can result in a very expensive fail. This beautiful and expensive yacht really needs a new captain because this one doesn't know how to operate it. Not only does he reverse into this dock, but afterwards he also crashes into the one on the other side. Here's how to not enter the water in a canoe. Why are they popping the balloons directly in the ocean? I think the fish below would like to have a word with them. Well, if it floats, it boats. And this couple turned their boat into a submarine. This boat captain's poor patience backfired when he lost a radar dome worth at least $20,000 to the ocean floor.
Oh no, holy.
Now, I'm no expert, but I don't think this is supposed to happen when docking a ship. When a pontoon boat's engine stopped working close to an extremely dangerous low-head dam, the passengers managed to escape and jump onto another ship right before the boat got totally destroyed. An inebriated man operating a Carver yacht quickly regretted going out to sea when he collided with 3 boats and a dock. Thankfully, the man was later arrested and will hopefully not make such dumb decisions in the future. A poorly executed launch of a new ship causes a bollard to slingshot at high speeds. That could have gone very badly. Luckily though, the bollard landed in the water and not on the boat in the background. A fisherman narrowly escaped when 2 fishing boats suddenly collided out at sea. This boat driver misunderstood how big a wave actually was until it was too late. The boat turned and ran on its side until it eventually flipped over in the water. Luckily, the 5 passengers on board were all okay and swam back to shore. And here we have some classic idiots on boats with no common courtesy. Hopefully, karma will come around eventually. Well, it was great that they were able to take the rescue boat out on the water, but who's going to rescue the engine?
Holy shit.
And this guy has yet to learn how to canoe.
Join the Olympics.
This Marine police officer apparently didn't learn that you should jump from side to side and never back to front. Otherwise, this is what will probably happen. Is this guy a genius, or an idiot, or both? Hey, I think you need a pilot's license for that. It looks like the engine wanted to take a swim. While this isn't really an accident, you have to admire how these cargo ships operate and the massive amount of cargo they can carry. This ship is called the Seaspan Phoenix, which is able to carry a huge amount of logs. First, it looks like the ship is leaning heavy to one side and is about to flip over, but that's the point. The barge can take on water so that it tilts to one side and dumps its cargo of logs into the water. Pretty amazing, right? Well, at least they had life jackets on.
Hey, you gotta put it in the water. No, your engine's out of the water. You gotta put your engine in the water. That's all right.
Have you ever seen a jet ski being used as a ramp? This driver of a small boat should have made the decision of staying home that day, as this boat wasn't heavy enough for the strong winds. Thankfully, the larger boat watching the terrifying accident could later rescue him from the water. I don't think this man understands the danger he's putting himself in. The driver of this boat seemed to think the women were too hot and interrupted their sunbathing by cooling them off. Well, this is a unique way to drive a boat if ever I've seen one. During a speedboat race, one of the boats suddenly jumps and dives into the water at over 60 knots.
Reality of powerboat racing. Flat out at 74 miles per hour, the boat stops almost instantly and they're thrown in the water.
Thankfully, the contestants were quickly saved by another team's great sportsmanship as they forgot about the race to rescue them out of the water.
Julian Abbott stopped to assist, protecting the crew while safety arrives.
Make sure to comment down below which of these clips was your favorite. And please leave a thumbs up on the video and subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on. See you next time!